Okay, grade 9. So we stopped at number 4, where we did the difference into squares. Okay, so I want you to look at this one. Now, please remember that the tick boxes that I spoke about in class. I'm going to quickly draw you the tick boxes again. Okay, so these are my tick boxes. So for the first 4 examples that we did not use the first tick box. But now, as we are going on, the first tick box is going to become part of the ticks. So whenever I'm factorizing, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a common factor. So if we look at this sum, or this expression that I gave you, I hope that you notice that we can take 2 as a common factor. So remember, when we have 2m squared minus 72, and I'm going to take out a common factor, it means that both of those terms will be divided by the common factor. So the common factor that is written at the bottom is going to be the number that is written in front of my bracket. So if I then look at 2m squared divided by 2, my answer will be m squared. Minus, because a negative divides by positive, and 72 divided by 2 equals to 36. So in my bracket, I have m squared minus 36. So now I'm going to continue with my tick boxes. So the first tick box, I had common factor. Great. Now I continue. 2 terms. So am I left inside my bracket with 2 terms? I am. Does it have a negative between those 2 terms? Yes, it does. If I look at 36, is that a square number? Yes, it is a square number. Do the variable have an equal exponent? Yes, it does. So if I can go through all of these tick boxes, then it means that whatever is left inside the bracket is going to be the difference into squares. So I copy and paste my 2. Then difference into squares, factorize to hockey, 2 brackets. Remember, the first bracket, always positive. Second bracket, always negative. So I want to know what the square root of m squared is. So I can ask it to you like that. Or I can ask you, what multiplied by itself will give me m squared, which is m times m. And then the square root of 36 being 6 times 6. Please do not forget to look at the last bracket to see whether or not this bracket goes with all the tick boxes. Right, so the tick boxes for this, 2 terms, yes. Negative, yes. Square number, no. Equal exponent, no. Therefore, I'm done factorizing this expression. That's the end. For example 6, I want to take you back to the note that we made on this. When the first term is negative, you must take a negative as a common factor. Right, let's quickly do example. This is example number 6. So the first term is negative. So that means if I then look at my expression and I see that my first term is negative, I must take a negative as a common factor. Remember, I'm actually taking minus 1. So the negative, because it's at the bottom, is going in front of the bracket. Now, negative divided by negative equals to a positive n squared. Positive divided by negative equals to negative 16. N squared minus 16. So that was my first tick box. It was to take out the common factor. Now I'm going to look again at the bracket that is. So common factor we did. Even though the common factor was just a -1, it was a common factor. Right, what is left inside my bracket? 2 terms. Is there a negative? Yes. Is 16 a square number? Indeed. Is n squared, does it have equal exponents? Yes. It means that from here on forward, it tells me that this is still the difference in 2 squares. So, the difference in 2 squares, copy and paste the minus, right? This factorizes to hockey, hockey. My first bracket always positive, my second bracket negative. N squared meaning n times n, or the square root of n squared, then the square root of 16, 4 times 4. I go back to my checkbox. 2 terms, negative. 4 is indeed a square number, but the n is throwing me out because that one does not have an equal exponent. It means that this one is completely factored.